text of the question, or right after the question. Should, could, or would. Question. Yep. You'll be given all the equivalences you need on the test, so you don't have to memorize any. Can I say this? If it's an obvious equivalence like 60 seconds in a minute, can you do that one? Or 12 inches in a foot? I'll probably give it to you anyway. Yeah. Question? Oh. Good question. There will be probably one question on the test where if you don't get the sig figs right, you'll get the answer wrong. So yes, on this first test, I want to test maybe 2 questions. I want to test your ability to do sig figs. From then on out, honestly, I won't test you on it, but I want to test you on the first exam. Our final exam doesn't worry too much about sig figs. I wish they actually did, but they don't. Good question. Did you have that? What's that? No. You should know there's 100 centimeters in a meter, 100 millimeters in a meter. You should know there's I'm sorry, did I say it wrong? 1,000 millimeters in a meter, 1,000 milliliters in a liter, 100 centimeters in a meter. A kilo is 1,000, right? A kilogram is 1,000 grams. Some basic, simple. That's about it. Thank you. Yeah. Good. Thank you. Which numbers to focus on for sig figs? I look at what I'm given in the beginning. This 35 has 2 sig figs. So I should use conversion factors that also have at least 2 or more sig figs. So I look this up. This has 4 sig figs. This is an exact number, 4 sig figs. So yeah, so this 35 is the answer. Exact numbers don't count against your sig figs, don't limit your sig figs, and the conversion factors that you use also shouldn't limit your sig figs. Should be the data that you start with. Good question. Good question. Something else good? Yeah. You would have to ask that, wouldn't you? Usually my grading is so lenient that if you enter anything close to the right answer, you get it right. Or sometimes I'm a stickler. Sometimes I'll say, I want you to get this right, exactly. And so, I don't know, 70% of the time it'll be participation. 30% of the time it might be, okay, get this right. I'll usually let you know if I want you to get it exactly right. Oh gosh, is that the time? Seriously? I'm so far behind, it's pathetic. I'm going to post this and you can look at it. This is another example of unit conversion. The thing of interest, check this out. Meter, 1 meter is 3.28 whatever feet, but I cubed it and I cubed it. So this is a unit of volume, and that's a unit of volume. So be careful with your, the only way to get good at this is just to practice. If you're converting volume units. So this one relates to the previous one, talks about melting all the ice caps. If I melted, oh Lord, 2.8 times 10 to the 19 kilograms of ice, and the surface area of the ocean is about 510 million kilometers squared, could you use, this would not be a test question, that's too hard, too involved. Could be a homework question, but could you use this info, I'll just scare you with it, because it's possible, certainly possible with our powers of unit conversion, dimensional analysis. You know, when I was in high school, it was a long time ago, my high school was too small to have AP classes, so I never took an AP class. I was like slow. I love science, so. But what I did have was I had a full semester's course in dimensional analysis, this stuff. Can you imagine spending a full semester doing this? So guess how good I am at it. And you know what? It can take you a long ways in physics and engineering and math. If you learn how to do this, it sounds hokey, but if you can make the units work out, there's a good chance you have the right answer. You might have the wrong answer, but yeah, go ahead. Question? I think on the monitor you get as many as you want. 6 or 7, you get a lot of tries. So try it 1 or 2 or 3 times, and if you still can't get it, go to somebody for help. That's what I would do. Question? you can try to read, this is a very simple, an oversimplification, you're right. So there are other factors. Ooh, no, because as that ice melts from the caps and flows into the oceans would raise. It's not like the ice is totally being supported by the oceans. If that was a different question. So yeah, good point. He's trying to call me on my stuff. It's all good. Cool. I have 15 more minutes. Oh my goodness. Probably not, unless something disastrous happens. I meant to begin this little blah 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 earlier, but this is what I call Unit 1, and they're going to drop the class. Unit 1, Chemical Foundation, Scientific Method. There are 3 famous experiments I want you to know, and I wanted to show you one of them today. I guess I could probably end with it anyway, regardless of how far I get. But there's a whole bunch of, and some of you have said you've heard of Avogadro's number and moles. Some of you have said that. So this breaks into a whole nother maybe 6 additional videos or whatever. You guys are already looking forward to Monday off, but you can just seriously watch some videos on Monday. Yeah, extra time to watch videos. This is such a cute picture. But sad, I mean, not only it's just over, it's just sad. Okay. I'm not going to go there. So, this idea of global warming, some folks say, I won't say who, some folks say it's just a theory. Yeah, okay, whatever. But what is a theory? And what is a hypothesis? And what is a law? It opens up a can of worms on the philosophy of science and the common everyday use of the words in politics and society aren't always what we mean in science, in chemistry, in physics, in engineering. Is it a coincidence that if you smoke cigarettes for 30 years, there's a 90% chance you're going to develop some kind of cancer in your life? I don't know. Is it a causal connection? Is it a coincidence that global atmospheric carbon dioxide levels have gone through the roof, and that you can set up a simple experiment with carbon dioxide in a tank and shine a light down and it gets super hot? Is carbon dioxide a greenhouse gas? Is it a coincidence, therefore, that carbon dioxide levels increasing at such dramatic rates happen to just accidentally coincide with things warming up? I think the answer is no, but that's just my perspective. So what is a theory in science? What is an observation? What is a prediction? What is an experiment? Depends who you ask. Another professor and I were actually having an argument about one of his lecture slides he put together. He thought something was a theory, and I'm saying no, that's a hypothesis. So, I don't know. Have you ever heard of this? This is from elementary school. This is what I learned. A hypothesis is an educated guess. Have you ever heard that? It still rings in my brain from ever when I was way young. I'm going to throw this out. I'm going to throw this out. Just as a, what do you think? Multiple choice. Practice with your top hat. Response thingy. Go ahead and talk to your neighbor. Ask them what they think. You could ask a learner.